Okay, right, so we're going to start adding some colour to this drawing. First of all, colour pencils, just use whatever you can find at home. I had to have a bit of a look round. I found a fairly odd assortment of bits and pieces, but I've got enough there for me to work with. To be honest, as long as you've got blue, red and yellow and black, you can make your primary and your secondary colours. It's quite helpful if you can find brown, but it's not the end of the world. If you mix all three together, you'll get brown. But you can only use what you've got, and I appreciate that, so do the best that you can. So I've started to put in some colour here to get it moving for you. So looking at how we can build up these textures. So I did, by some miracle, manage to find pink purple pencil, so I'm using that to put in this colour for the table. If you haven't got one the right colour, use a purple, use your red and blue mixed together to make a purple. Just do the best that you can. But if I put this down as a base colour, I'm then going to use my black on top of that to put in the paint quality of this painting. So you can see on here we've got the purple background, but on top it looks to me like Picasso's dry brushed a blue or black on top of that to create that effect. So actually let's try it with the blue, let's see what that looks like. So going into this triangle here, I'll put a bit of blue on top of there and get those lines coming through. A bit more of the purple on here, going under the leeks, and then I'm going to use the blue on top of that to put that shading in that he's got under there, and across the back here. So I'm just flattening that off a bit. It's a bit bright, that blue, but I quite like it. I think it's a bit more interesting than the black. A bit more shading on the front of the table here, so I can layer that on top of the purple as well. And there, oh look, I've missed a bit between the leeks there. Let's block that in. Okay. Now this section at the back here where this window is, it is black and white, so I'm going to leave the white of the paper and then go in really lightly with the black to give that impression of the paint on top. Slightly darker towards this corner, so I'll just press slightly heavier there as I come across. So when you're colouring, you quite often complain that your hand hurts after about 5 minutes. That's usually because you're colouring like this, and you don't need to. If you colour nice and lightly, like this, your hand won't hurt as much and you'll still get a really good outcome. There'll be some sections where you want your colours to be a bit deeper and a bit darker, but you can do that by layering them up rather than pressing really heavily. You could be doing quite a lot of colour work during this project, so my advice would be to think about how you apply your colour so that you don't give yourself an aching wrist. Okay, just blocking in these yellow sections. See, I go in more than one direction when I'm colouring, so I get a smoother finish, less lines in it. This background section here has very pale yellow in it, so just block that in lightly. I've already put in the shadow there, so I can put in the yellow over it. This is my printer playing up, by the way, where it's stripy. It's not meant to be stripy, it's just meant to be yellow. Okay, and some yellow on this side as well. So then I need to look at these leeks. So predominantly I need green and to put through the leaves of those. So I'll start putting those in. These bits want to be a bit flatter. The green is flatter than some of the other colour. And then if I just fade it out into the white of the paper to get those white ends of the leeks. That leek at the back there has got a bit of that purple in it, hasn't it? So I'll just put a bit of that over the top. And then I'm going to go back in with my black just to define some of those lines and to put in those those ends of the leeks, the roots are hanging down. So on this artwork there are quite a lot of black outlines. I'm going to just go back over them with my black pencil rather than using a pen, so you can sort of see the thickness of the paintbrush that Picasso was using. So I can go in a bit heavier on those to block those in. That gives it a bit more definition as well. Let's just take that line there a bit heavier as well. Okay, so that is a colour copy of a Picasso still life painting of leeks and a skull.